guys, JJop123 here, and this video is going to be a little different. I noticed that, a couple of videos that I've been going around where a lot of the other tech reviewers are talking about TVs and such. I did have someone actually ask me a few questions about how I got my TV, so I figured, you know what, maybe I should make a video on what I usually do when I'm looking for good deals when it comes to any type of electronic. Now, I do have a little bit of a background in IT, so things like used or broken or refurbished, those kind of things don't bother me because I usually know how to fix it. But I'm going to show you here that you can find really great deals just by doing a little bit of research and not being scared of those things, not being scared of used or especially refurbished, because I know a lot of people have a lot of bad things to say about refurbished, which I'll get to later in the video, and I'll kind of explain a little bit more about what exactly refurbished may mean in the aspect of something you're looking at buying or why exactly it is refurbished. Now, as you can see, eBay is one of the main sites that I use. I'm sure everyone's heard of eBay. You can find a lot of great deals here, whether it's being sold by a major company or being sold by another person. Now, I know everyone's really scared of eBay, or at least I hear people are scared of eBay because they're always worried about getting ripped off, not getting the product that they want, having issues. There's nothing to really be worried about, only because you have eBay's protection and PayPal's protection. You have two layers of protection to really help you if something were to go wrong. Now, I have only ran into this maybe 2 or 3 times in the couple of years that I've been using eBay, but outside of that, when something happened, I went through the correct channels, I always got my money back, or something was taken care of. I never really had to worry about losing money, or, well, that's really the only thing that most people are scared about, losing money or just not being able to recoup. So outside of that, let me just show you some of the things that I may look for when it comes to trying to find a good deal. So for example, the TV that I got, I did get an LG 55-inch 4K TV. I got it on eBay, got it for about $430, really good price. The original price for that, if I were to go buy it brand new in store, $800. Now, got it for almost half off. Now, all I did was just search 55-inch 4K. Now, as you can see, right away, you're getting a lot of hits for TVs, whether it be brand names like LG, Samsung, whoever. And then you also, in the very first hit, you're getting hits for Avera or Bova, or brands most people have never even heard of. A lot of these brands that you might not have heard of, most of the time they're usually okay. Now, one thing they also do, check the ratings. So like this Bova, for example, very cheap price, good size, 4K, less than $400, 5-star ratings. Okay, you got 1 4, so you got a couple 4 stars here. What do you want to look for? Okay, you want to make sure people are giving good ratings, and they're giving very detailed ratings. Now, as you can see in most of the ratings, great TV, good picture. One of the caveats, bad sound. Now, if you're getting TV for so cheap, one thing I will say that I honestly, before I got the LG, that I will say, who cares? Bad sound, great. You can easily omit that with a sound bar, and you're already paying so cheap for the initial device itself. Why not say, okay, if the picture's good, the TV's the right size that I want, the reviews are good, who cares if the sound's bad? I'll buy, a subsequent sound bar to get the sound that I want and save a lot more on the TV. It might not be a name brand, but you're still getting a good TV. Now, that is one thing that a lot of people get wary of. If it's not from the major players, whether it's a Samsung, a Sony, an LG, I'll even throw Sharp in there. If it's not from the major players, A lot of people downplay it and they just won't even look at these other brands when you can easily get a very nice TV for the price. And most of these TVs are just either an LG or Samsung or one of the major players' panels, but it's a C grade, a B grade, or an A minus grade panel, because obviously they're going to save the best of the best for themselves. Like, why would they give the best of the best to these other brands? They're going to save their most popular panel, their best panel, for their most popular sets. That, I mean, any company would do that. So, for example, how I got my TV. The TV that I purchased was refurbished. So let's go into the model that I just happened to get. And as you can see, I'm just kind of watching it, I guess. Right there, seller refurbished. Now, for a lot of people, instant turn off. I want a brand new TV. I don't want to refurbish. I don't want someone that's used my TV. That doesn't mean anything. Refurbished just means something, who knows what went wrong with the TV. Okay, for all you know, a motherboard could have went bad. The panel's still good, the frame's still good, the components are still good. All that stuff's still good. They're not going to get rid of that. They're going to fix the part that was broken and put it and have that brand new part in the parts that are perfectly fine. That's all refurbished means. It doesn't mean somebody else used your product and then you're getting a used product. You're getting something that was repaired, usually by the manufacturer. There are a lot of third-party refurbishers, but you're usually getting something that was repaired by the manufacturer, that they are definitely saying, yes, we fixed this, but it is just as good as a brand new unit. Now, even when I received this TV, it was to me, I thought I got a brand new TV. I didn't even notice that it was refurbished until I remembered, oh yeah, that's right, I got this at a deal because it was refurbished, whatever. I got this at a good deal. If some random person was to come in and look at this TV and just say, hey, nice TV, they wouldn't even think it's refurbished unless I said to them, hey, that's a refurbished TV. That's the difference, and that's where you can get the savings. Now, another way to get good savings, we'll do something here. But let's try with a laptop. That's something very easy to do this on. So for a laptop, all right, if you can, if it fits for what you need, nothing's wrong with used. Now, the two laptops that I have, now one broke because I broke it, but the other one I still use to this day. Both of them I bought used. Zero issues with them. The only thing that I did was change a hard drive just because I wanted a better hard drive in it. Other than that, perfectly good computer. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, a lot of people just have this thing where it's just like, I don't want to use something someone else has used. Why do you care? If you're getting an amazing piece of hardware for a decent price, why does it matter if someone else used it? So what, you're gonna go out and spend $500-$800 on something brand new to use it a couple times, and that essentially makes it used, just to say I bought it brand new? Now, I'm not saying don't buy things brand new. If you want to buy something brand new, by all means, get something brand new. I buy things brand new. But when it comes down to it, when I'm really looking around for those things, unless it's something very specific that I need to get something brand new for, I don't mind it being refurbished. I don't mind it being used. Now, with a laptop, now I might not be able to find one that quick, but usually some of them are used, and they'll say, don't. Okay, here's one. Cool. So this Asus ROG, probably not the most high-end laptop, but it's $189, less than $500 for someone that just needs something to maybe do a little bit of light gaming, but just needs a laptop to get some stuff done. Works, but doesn't come with hard drives. That's nothing. You can literally go on Newegg, Amazon, eBay, whatever retail store you want to go to. and buy a hard drive for a laptop. That is the easiest thing you can possibly buy to come across. This right here is something someone would see used, doesn't have a hard drive. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to buy that. It's used. Someone has it. It's missing the hard drive. What am I going to do? Even if you have an older laptop laying around and you just want to do a small upgrade, but you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, pull your drive out of that. You can pull it out of that. Boom, you have a drive. At most, you're probably buying Windows, and you can get Windows by many other means, but you can get Windows, throw it on the laptop, boom, you've probably spent total less than $300 for a fully functional laptop with no issues. And honestly, the used moniker, or used with 1 or 2 parts missing that might not be that expensive to put in, just turns a lot of people off. And for me, if I was interested in the market for this laptop, I get it. I have plenty of hard drives laying around. I just throw a drive in it. I have Windows on it, bam. I probably space saved a couple $100 just taking a few seconds to look around for something, secondhand. Saved a couple $100, got it set up, and I'm good to go. That's the beauty of just not being afraid to look at stuff that may be used or refurbished. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to go and buy every single thing new. You don't have to sit there and say, well, if it's not this brand or this brand, it's just going to be crappy. I can't touch it. That's never usually the case. The top brands are the top brands because they usually manufacture the parts going into the devices. So who's going to have the best possible parts in their products? The manufacturer of that part. They're not going to say, oh, I'm Sony, I make this panel, I'm going to give the best possible panel in my television. I'm going to give that to this no-name brand. I'm just going to give that to them. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to say, oh, well, this panel's okay, but it's not up to our standard. We don't want to put it in our brand. You guys can buy this. It's still a great panel, but because it doesn't reach that, I always say A+ standard, they don't keep it in their own product. They give it to the lesser known brands. And a lot of people skip over that, but the people that are just like, I just want to get something on a budget, and then they realize, oh, this is actually pretty good. This is amazing. Why didn't I look at that before? Once they did that, it really goes to show just doing a little bit of research and not being afraid to get something used or refurbished can save you so much money in the long run, and you can still have amazing products. This is JChop123 with another video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.